Hello, Cancer, and welcome to the next 6 weeks Transformational Life Coach reading with me, your favorite Transformational Life Coach, Karen, at Coached by Karen. All right, everybody, I know it's been quite a while since I've done readings, but business has been very, very busy, and but what matters the most is that we're together now. All right, okay. So here we go. Let's get into it for Cancer, please. What is happening for the next 6 weeks for my Cancers? All right, let's see. I'm going to pull 2 cards for you, Cancer, and top one will be representing you, and the bottom one will represent the situation of significance for this next 6 weeks. All right. So, oh wow, Cancer. My goodness gracious me. Okay. Don't panic. We have the Death card here. And for some of you, you could be experiencing, seeing, feeling the end of an era, the end of a situation, the end of, something. So it could be a little challenging for you. And this may have been going on for a while. So it could have actually been going on since maybe Scorpio season, which is the end of October and into November. So maybe something kicked off at that time period and you're still kind of dealing with it a little bit. Hopefully you're not reeling from it, but I feel, Cancer, that, whatever happened, there could have been an ending at that time for you. And it just, I feel you might be kind of contemplating, is there any way of reviving this, or just simply it was a sad ending of some kind, right? So that's very possible for you. And interesting, at the bottom of the deck, the situation is the Emperor. And so that is Aries. Interesting, you've got 2 major arcana representing you, Cancer, for this time period. So very significant change, a very significant shift. So for some of you, like I said, I feel there's just no way around it. There has been something that has ended at some point in the last little while. And to see a situation with the Emperor, I feel that you are now taking charge of your life. You're standing up. You've survived that particular hurdle, that particular situation, Cancer. And now, it's time to kind of get going. The Emperor signifies when the going gets tough, the tough get going kind of energy. And the Emperor is the Emperor because he has survived lots and lots of battles, lots of things in his life, in every area of his life. He is well worn, and he's won more battles than not, and regardless, he has won the war. So maybe something has been going back and forth for a long time. It's been a situation that maybe has been going on for, could be 3 years, could be 13 years, but or 13 months or something like that. Doesn't have to be at all. These are just the numbers showing up. Or something went down on the 13th of November, possibly for some of you, or that's an important date. Or coming up, this might be the final blow, the final, I was going to say the final blow. It's like, ooh, the final straw, maybe, or the closing of something, quite possibly, that allows you to move forward in your life. Okay, so that is what's. Those are the significant themes. So let's just get some more details. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Cancer. Let's see. I hope you're well. And let's just see where we're going here. Hope you're all right. Okay. I feel like you're managing. My crazy hair. I feel like you're managing, Cancer, but I feel like there might still be a little bit of residual sadness about something that, is no, okay. Well, that's a bit of a interesting. It's no longer in your life. So we have Mermaid. Let the allure of the mystical siren seduce your curiosity. Magic awaits. I think, this, whatever has ended, there is something really wonderful waiting for you on the other side of what you have had to leave behind, or what left you, or what has ended. And that can be so many different things that have ended. Could be relationships, jobs, all sorts of things. But there's something beautiful here. And I feel like, the call is to definitely step up in your own life, and there's something here. There's something wanting your attention, which is very interesting. And that's a 24. So 24 plus 2 plus 4 is 6. So, there could be something that kind of brings balance, or some sort of reciprocal energy back to your life, where maybe, what has ended might be that, something was off balance, but this new situation, this new opportunity for you is full of balance. All right. Oops, that's the wrong one. Good thing. And then we have butterflies. Ooh, transformation for sure. Just like death, right? Butterflies are transformation. So and it's not a very enjoyable transformation, is it? So it says, here in the unknown, you will find the essence of who you really are and what magic awaits. Yes, whatever you've gone through, I was going to say Capricorn, maybe there's a Capricorn involved, but whatever you've gone through, and this could be something that's maybe been, did I say 13 months, 13 years, something like that? That maybe you were in something for that long, or for 3 years or 4 years. But I feel that whatever it is has transformed you. And that's why it's like there's magic beckoning, because now you are at a different level of understanding. You're at a different level of experience. You have shifted in some way. You were a caterpillar during all of this, and you have 2 cards. Like I said, you've got the death card and you have the butterflies. And so definitely signifying a major transformation, a major transition from what you were during the time of whatever was going on, to, the bridging between what ended and now, your present and your future. And, I'm not going to deny it here, Cancer. It's a challenging time, but you've got beautiful things ahead. So I do want you to focus on that rather than what has happened and what may not be, a super joyous occasion. Let me put it that way. All right, let's get some more for Cancer, please. This is for the rest of August and into all of September for Cancer, please. Let's get some information. Let's get some information for my Cancerians. Let's see. All right, darlings, here we go. Okay. We have, don't let pride get in your way. It's a full moon in Leo. Well, we are currently in Leo season. We had a full moon. You're going to make me look this up just a sec here. Okay, we had a full moon in, where did we have that? I think I wrote all over my calendar and can't see the full moon. Oh, on the 9th of August, we had a full moon. So there definitely could have been, final word about that. There could have been, or something is kicked off. You've got a new opportunity of some kind. And, maybe you're just not really feeling ready to, mingle and merge and all of that stuff. Or someone has come back, but like to speak to you, from some situation. I don't, whatever it is, I feel like don't let your pride prevent you, because it says here, let the allure of the mythical siren seduce your curiosity. Magic awaits, right? You may just not be feeling, like I said, social yet. Oh my gosh, a new start is coming. Yes, absolutely. Well, there definitely is, because there's nowhere to go after we've had death and a transformation into a butterfly. It is a new start. Absolutely is a new start. And this is beautiful. And the new moon actually started on the 23rd, or will start on the 23rd. So I'm reading this on the 20th of August in Ontario time, Ontario, Canada. So, so that's in 3 days. So you do have a 3 in here that I keep feeling, a 3. So you may very well hear something at this new moon on the weekend, on, what is that, Saturday. Yeah. Very interesting. Wow. I mean, definitely endings. transformation, stepping up. Now, there could be somebody else coming into your life that is, kind of large and in charge. If it's not you, there could be somebody who comes in and is sort of like, wow, okay, they could like knock your socks off, whether that's, a job offer, a boss, a colleague. And I feel it's going to be somebody more experienced, a little older. Just because it's the emperor, it doesn't have to be, a male. It's just masculine energy, powerful, large, and we're all masculine at work, right? Because we have to do something or we're going to get fired, right? Or your business isn't going to do very well unless you have a doer, on the team. But I feel though, whatever it is, there's an energy here of moving forward, of, taking control, getting back on the horse and going for it. Well, let's get some tarot in here, Cancer, and let's see what is going on. All right, let's see what is going on for you. So I just kind of feel, you usually aren't like this, but I just feel, make sure you're not being, obstinate just because, you're retaliating or you're doing some protest behavior. Maybe somebody behaved like that toward you, but, you're the bigger person, right? Now, we have 9 of air. Wow, golly. There was definitely, for some of you, this probably isn't everybody's story. So if it's not, do not make this try to fit. But this is the 9 of air and 9 of swords. And, lots of stress and worry here. But in this deck, she's releasing all of that. She's releasing all the negative self-talk. She's releasing, all the things that anybody else may have said, whether they truly did or it was. And when I say imagine, sometimes, we can feel that maybe people are saying things, right? So, but whatever it is, this is an energy of letting go of all of that, letting go of anything that, like I said, negative self-talk, negative comments from other people, just releasing all of that. And it's like we're rising above that now, right? We have the 4 of water. Whew, goodness me. Cancer, I do not know what's going on here, but the 4 of water, again, it's the 4 of cups. And that energy is, in the traditional tarot where we see the fellow, he's sitting under a tree and he's like very like disappointed. He's, ambivalent and, just like, kind of sulky, and he's like not pleased with the 3 cups that are presented before him. But what he doesn't see, because he's still, wrapped up in a disappointment of some kind, is that there's this great big cup right there, right? And I just feel, when it's like, don't let pride get in the way, and let the allure, open up to new possibilities. I feel for you, Cancer, that there's something right here that you want, but you may not recognize it because it's not appearing, it's not showing up in the form that you are hoping for. But it is indeed what you do want. Okay. So that's very interesting. Holy jumping up mouse. Woo, my goodness me. All right. The foundation of all of this is the 10 of swords. Cancer, whatever has been going on, it's no wonder that you've got your guard up. To be honest, I get it. But I feel that is going to work at cross purposes for you. Yes, I think about the lion and I think about, when we've been hurt, we've been disappointed, things have not gone the way we wanted to. Sometimes we do have to retreat and go and lick our wounds, right? We just do. And we have to heal and then we're ready to get back out into the fray, into the world, etc. But with the, and the 10 here, this is the end of a very painful situation. And my goodness, you've got endings, you've got, like stress, you've got, oh my goodness, you had so much going on, Cancer. Wow. Goodness. Okay. So recently you have had to make a decision, or a decision's been made for you. It could go that way as well. And I feel it's like it was a very painful, a difficult decision because you felt like you had only 2 choices. And it had to be this or that. But the fact of the matter is, with the 2 of swords, is that it's like, no, there are other options, right? And so some of you may be still in this energy a little bit because this is the very recent energy that has been surrounding you. Your present energy is the Three of Water. Well, thank heavens for good news. This is great. So Three of Cups, here are opportunities. There could be, look, I told you about that number 3. 3 is very significant for you right now. So like I said, we've got that new moon, which is new beginnings, it's like a fresh start, great time to write down your intentions for the new moon. And then what action steps can you take, right? We don't just want to think about things and write them down and hope they're going to happen. We have to say, well, what's one thing that you can do, big or small? Start with small. It's easier, that you can do to work toward whatever it is you want. But with this card, at least we're seeing that there is hope for the future. It's like we're happy here. It's satisfying. There's a little celebration that we're having. All right. I'm so excited. I can't hang on to this. This is the 6 of Pentacles. This is your immediate future, Cancer. I call this the Christmas tree. I don't care, don't care, but regardless of what you celebrate or don't celebrate, I call this the Christmas card because the antlers and the coins that are hanging from the antlers remind me of Christmas tree ornaments, right? And the pentacles in this card, it's actually, there is some sort of gift from the gods. The heavens have opened. And it's just, a wonderful gift. So some of you could, maybe there's a little bit of money, or there's news on the home front, or, you're just finding other areas that are just, usually this is money. I feel like there's some sort of financial windfall of some kind, or, it's like your taxes, maybe you didn't file them until just now, or maybe that's just what your year end is. But, it's like, oh my gosh, wow, hey, we've got some money here. This is amazing. And, but I feel like there's just some goodness that comes to you in the 3D. It's a 3D gift of some kind for you. So that is absolutely beautiful. Get all my cards out of the way here. I love that for you, Cancer. Oh my goodness me. Whatever has gone on or is happening, but I feel like you already know this, all right? Because you've got the Death card again, transformation. And this is representing your energy right now. So, I mean, if this is your story, you are like 100%. You're like, yep. If this is not your story, like I said, please do not try to make this fit, okay? This is not something you want to drag into your aura, okay? If it's not your story, it's not your timeline, just keep going. So, and the energy around you is the 8 of Cups, right? So 8 of Water. This is where, we're leaving. We've got to go for what we want. We're leaving with this 8 of Cups because we've made a choice. We're ending something. Maybe some of you are putting the kibosh to something, right? You're like, I'm done. I'm out. I quit. I'm out of this relationship, this friendship, this situation, this whatever it is, this timeshare. I don't know. But you're looking for your 9 of Cups. You are not satisfied with this. But I like to see the 8 because it means that you're moving on. You've made a decision to take action like that Emperor and to move forward. You're waiting for that ship so you can get on it. And some of you may very well be traveling. You could be, going on a vacation just to get away, clear your head, give yourself a much needed rest. Some of you could be, leaving. You've packed your bags and you're out and you're going across the water somewhere, whether it's by, plane or train or, well, maybe not a train unless it's underground, which I guess maybe somewhere. But, you're definitely, and it's a purge of some kind as well. You're moving on to something else. Well, I like to see this. This is very interesting. You've got the 8 of Fire as your advice. So I'm going to suggest to you, if you've got an idea of some kind, you need to reach out to people. You need to get communications going. You need to, do a project, whatever it is. If you're feeling inspired or that there is something that you absolutely need to do, then you put on your Emperor hat and you get large and in charge and you make things happen because this is your advice. So it's very interesting. So maybe if some of you were thinking, it's time for me to fly, then then maybe so, so get your affairs in order, get organized, make those phone calls. This is definitely also travel as well. Some of you, maybe you need to travel to say, if you have somebody who, it hasn't been well and you've got word that, come now, if you want to say goodbye. So, and I'm sorry if that's the case for some of you, Cancer. I really am. I believe me, I know how that is. But maybe that's that. I mean, it can be anything, but the advice is take action. Absolutely. The outcome is the King of Water. Lovely. This can absolutely be you, and this is, again, and now this could be somebody, could be the person you're going to see, could be somebody that you're going to connect with, could be you. Take it as it resonates, Cancer, but this is beautiful energy. This is somebody who, could be a parent or a mentor or a boss, who is just, lovely. They're so they lead with their heart. They're smart. They're successful. They've been wonderful. They've been a good, a good mentor for you, regardless of your relationship. They've been somebody that you could rely on. They were fair and lovely. Like they were just such a beautiful energy. So very interesting. We have Four of Fire under the deck. I feel that there is, maybe there is a celebration of some kind. Maybe you're going home to see your parents, or an old friend or somebody. But very interesting. But there is some sort of a celebration. We have the Four of Wands under the deck here. For some of you, take it as it resonates, but that's a beautiful card. And it's also a card of foundation, and there's some sort of level, of achievement, or, it's also a celebratory card. And, it's also the 1111 card. It's the twin flame card for some of you, take it as it resonates, maybe, there are all sorts of scenarios. You'll know, because this is, I don't feel that this is too much of a surprise. There are too many cards here with the ending, and especially when you've had negative, you're releasing negative self-talk. You are, hopeful endings, meaning, it's the end of a situation and you're hoping that the future is brighter, happier, more loving. You're already in those feelings if this is your reading, right? If this is your reading, don't make it your reading if it's not, okay? All right, my loves, let's get you some more messages to wrap out. Very interesting. So it's the end of an era in some way. All right, Cancer. All right, here we go. 1, 2, and I'll take another one. Well, I guess you have a bonus. You have 4. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? We have the Tree of Life, true wisdom and making good life choices. We have power symbol, cleanse, purify, and protect the physical body. We have time to shine, creates an energetic resonance of golden opportunities. And we also have one enchanted evening, the perfect night. Ooh, all right there, Cancer. Some of you could be traveling, for a job, and you've got a really fabulous new boss, or, somebody senior to you, or, you're leaving and you're going to meet up with the love of your life, who is just absolutely lovely and wonderful. You've had to leave your world behind. Clarify, thank you. Clarify for Cancer. Come back, hold on, stand by just a second. Okay, and let's get one more, please. Let's get one more for Cancer. All right, darlings, whoops, there it is. Okay. Ooh, opportunities. A stranger is about to change your life. Exciting times and plenty of action. Plus, a special family reunion looks likely. We have change. No kidding. A change of residence, partner, career, or job is in the cards. You are restless and in need of a change, and that is exactly what is coming your way. Okay, and we have major life change. No, seriously. You've got opportunities. This is amazing. I'll read this card in a sec. You've got opportunities. You have change. You have major life change. Wow. Okay, obviously there is a major transition going on here. So the time is right for major life changes. A new lifestyle or location brings great joy and a trouble-free existence, right? It's like, I love it. It's like, don't, the siren is calling. There is a new life calling for you. Absolutely. That has been confirmed because the old one is not working. It's gone, or needs to be, and don't let pride get in your way. So for example, if you need to cut the cord so that you are free to go and enjoy this wonderful future that is just right there for you. All right. So never mind what people say, what people are going to talk about. That's none of their never mind. This is your life, Cancer. All right. Okay, my darlings, that is what I have for you for the next 6 weeks. Until next time, you take very good care. All right. Bye-bye.